Welcome to Beyond the Message podcast, where we go in and we dive in on the message this week. It's a little bit different. I'm in here with my dad, Pastor Brent, my mom, Giovanna, and my sister, Miranda.
Mason, are you making fun of me? That's
Yes,
what I want to start with. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome, everybody, to another week, another season. We made it to Christmas. Can you believe that, honey? We have made it to Christmas.
We made it to Christmas.
We got a very special edition podcast today, I'll say. This is rare that we have me, my wife, my daughter, and my son, just the four of us in here to kind of just have a conversation about the message this week. I kicked off a series called Simply Christmas. So if you're driving down the road, thanks for listening. Wherever you're listening to this, I appreciate it. Obviously, you need to go back and listen or watch the message on our website or app. And it's just, we're in here. We're going to take this a little bit further. Mason, thanks for making fun of me.
Yes, yeah.
So here's where we're at in life. Everybody knows it. I preach it all the time. Giovanna and I, we are middle-aged, 55, empty nesters. I've got a daughter married, a son that's married. So this week, the whole point to kick off the message was Christmas can be complicated. So Miranda, I'm going to start with you. Mason, I'll start with you. You're older now. Life's changed for you. Is Christmas simpler or more complicated in your world today? What do you think in the world that we live in? Where do you see Christmas is complicated?
Well, I'm a little different. I know that a lot of you guys say that you make Christmas complicated, you've lost the joy, you're trying to get through the season, but I have never felt that way. Actually, my grandmother, Pastor Pat, she and me, we share a love for Christmas, so we just always make sure that we start early.
So are you blaming me, basically? Because you say I say that a lot from the platform.
Well, a lot of people are. I would say majority are like you, but I'm different. I always start Christmas the day after Halloween, and I get my stuff up, so then by the time Thanksgiving comes, I get to sit back, enjoy, I listen to Christmas.
So for reference, you're 30, right? 30. Mason, you're 22. Giovanna and I, we had our kids 8 years apart. Life got in the way. So your generation, Mason, what makes Christmas complicated today? Have we lost the joy of Christmas? Where are you? I mean, you got Christmas lights on your house?
Yeah, I got the Christmas joy. This year I felt like I'm searching for it more than I am. Like, it's hard this year. I don't know why. I don't know why.
What do you think, Miranda?
I guess I'm getting older.
You've got a lot of friends your age. Do they celebrate Christmas maybe just through the eyes of their kids? What?
Yeah, I guess.
Where are you?
I guess now that I have a 4-year-old too, I'm instilling in her Christmas. But maybe just I don't know. Maybe like this is what I see. So Nana, she instilled Christmas into me. And now that we're starting to get in our older, I'm 30. You guys are going to be the grandparents now. Nana's passed on. Like, the older generation used to instill that in us. So maybe we're just not leaning on them like we used to lean on them. Maybe. I don't.
All right, honey, we'll start with you right here, the purveyor of wisdom. You and I, we've
had lots of Christmases.
Lots of Christmas. Been married 35 years, dated for 5 years, so we've celebrated 40 Christmases together. Where are you seeing this? I mean, are you with me? Christmas more complicated, less exciting? What do you think? And that's my whole point of this series is how can we simplify to bring meaning?
I like that. I think we're at an age where I want to keep things simple, and not complicated for sure. And we can easily complicate things, but keeping things simple, even Thanksgiving this year, and there's so much to be thankful for. But I made our Thanksgiving meal, I said, it's going to be simple this year. Everything's simple. When we were growing up, we did all the extras, the lights on the house and all the extras.
We sure did.
And then as you get older, you kind of look at things so differently. And
wonder why,
just with our parents.
So I said this week, all right, let's break it down. I said Christmas is complicated, all the usual suspects. Number one, family issues. Okay, Miranda, you just said it. And I think Giovanna and I are having to deal with our parents passing because we always took our cue from Christmas from our parents in a lot of ways, just like you did growing up. Mason put Christmas lights on the house because early on I put Christmas lights on the house and
then I put them on for Nana. So that's
you
why
put them on for Nana. And
this year,
and maybe we've let you down a little bit. We'll talk about that because it seems like you're right, Giovanna. Back in the 70s and 80s, we lived in a kind of a different era where now it's just financial stress. I talked about that. It's a lot. You guys, we don't know what to get you. It's a gazillion dollars to get you anything that's going to get you excited. I mean, it was that growing up.
Right, going to the mall and walking up and down the rows and trying to find, the perfect
You were
gift.
the one that brought it up to me, Mason, because I said, I don't know if that's true. $1,000 per person that we spend. You're like, Dad, that's nothing.
Well, yeah, every Xbox One and PlayStation 5 is now $600.
And your daughter, right? Our granddaughter, we don't know what to get her. She literally has everything you can possibly think of because you've got 3 families constant, more than that, giving her stuff all year long. And I know you're stressed out about that. What do we get her? What do we get her? What do we get her? Christmas is complicated. I mean, schedules are kind of crazy. I don't think that's true anymore. I said that in the message this week. I think people, they're starting to really simplify. Culture is changing. We don't go out and have all the big parties. And there is some of that. There is Livy's preschool Christmas program, but they even change. It's no longer at night, right? It's during the day. And you wonder if they did that because people are like, oh, I don't want to get back there at night. Let's just do it during a school hour. I think there is faith fatigue. I said that. There's religious apathy. People have heard the story. We've kind of beat it up. And now with social media, do we celebrate Christmas? Do we not? Do we do? It's just like there's so much noise going on. And it's in my head. I get it. It's where I'm at in life. I understand that.
I like how we're starting with Thanksgiving. You know, going into the Christmas season, we're starting with Thanksgiving and we're focused on Thanksgiving. And I think that's been a great jump start for me. And I've started already being thankful every day, trying to think of what I'm thankful for. First of all, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful
that's
for
so
your
nice.
passion. I
wish the kids would have started with that, but they didn't.
I'm thankful for our Pathways Church. I'm thankful also for our Pathways family and to spend Christmas with our Pathways family.
Your son's trying to butt in.
What was your point this week? What should our first response to Christmas be? Thanksgiving.
I've never really preached that before. I mean, you kind of think that's a no-brainer, but is that our first response to Christmas? Or do we think, oh, Thanksgiving's come and gone, now it's Christmas? But if we're not thankful, then Christmas is for naught. I think I wrote it down. I put it in Facebook. I didn't write it down. I wrote it down, then I put it on Facebook to make it real, right? The more you practice the art of thankfulness, the more you have to be thankful for. If you don't choose it, you lose it. And I think that's true. Miranda, you and I are a lot alike. I kind of talked about my anxiety a little bit this week and some of the things that I do to simplify and some things I pay attention to. You're the same way. I tell you that all the time. You got to choose to be thankful. If not, you can see dark sides of things. And I think that's where we are when it comes to the holiday season. I know it's my lot in life. Our kids are grown and old and they have their own families. And, you know, we still do Christmas together. We hang out as a family constantly, but it is different. And then you throw on top of losing both my parents, your mom's gone, your dad's not doing well. I mean, it's different. It's different. So I have to go back like I did last Saturday morning through the eyes of Livy, and I have to see this childlike wonder and awe. And I'm like, if I could just bottle that, that's what I need. But I think we can get there if we choose thankfulness. So Mason, what are you thankful for?
Golly, I mean, my wife. You gotta say that.
Start with
you gotta say
that.
the number one reason.
Start with that.
His sister.
I don't know. I'm thankful for this year living in a house on my own. I love that. I've always wanted to live like.
So he's thankful he's no longer living with us.
country.
That's what he said.
No, I love living with you for sure. But
What are you thankful for,
what I
Randy?
have?
There's way too much to be thankful for. There's a whole long list. Of course, my family, Houston and Livy, and definitely Livy, as we go into this holiday season, it's so much fun hearing her get excited for Christmas and just having her. But also, like she said, our church, I don't know how people get through things without, and of the Lord, of course, in the church. I don't know how people get through these seasons of heartache and hard seasons without the church. I love our church family to lean on, and we can go to church and hear the word and continue on our week. I don't know how people have no hope. I do not know how they make it without it.
So this week, my whole passage of scripture was from Luke 2, which you could almost feel it. And I said it, it's like, what? You're going to the Christmas story now? It's still November. I mean, where are we going to go? Because the Christmas content, you know, Jesus never told us to celebrate Christmas. We've kind of done that, but just to remember his death and to remember what he's done for us. But I went to the shepherds in the fields. The angel came to the shepherd. It's the moment of really, it's the greatest, one of the greatest moments in human history that God, Emmanuel, would come and Christ, the angel, would announce a child will be born to us, the good news of great joy for everybody. And I made this statement, and this is what I want. That's why I guess I wanted my kids and my wife sitting here. Why was that? How did that speak to me? What spoke to me in that passage the most? That God would send the angel to proclaim the greatest news in human history to a bunch of humble shepherds because they were humble and they were awake and they were watching. And I think we can easily go, and we can be distracted. We can be kind of asleep through the season. We can focus on everything else. And so we're not paying attention to what matters. And that's when we go, well, I didn't get that. Well, man, Christmas doesn't really remind me of that Hallmark movie. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can go on in that to where it just doesn't do it for me anymore. I mean, just the trappings of putting up the lights and all of that. We live in a cul-de-sac. Nobody's going to see it. I mean, all those things that we start to go, well, that just has lost its meaning. And I think, Giovanna, it is funny. The older you get, I think you prioritize. Like you go back to what matters, because the things that used to matter, we only looked through Christmas through the eyes of these two sitting here. That's what we did. I mean, it was their joy and what they got, and we would spend boatloads of time finding the gifts, head faking them, and having all of this stuff build up to this moment for them to open it, play with a box, and go, well, that's nice. And 2 weeks later, unless it was a random gift that they loved, they didn't use anymore. And we're like, my gosh, we spent a ton of money, time, effort, and energy for them to not even really enjoy it. The emptiness of this week's message is, are we going to look through the lens of the culture? Or are we going to look through the lens of Christ? Because you can do both. And this week's message, I'm not going to preach it already, but I'm going to call it, It's All About the Tree. It's like, man, we have blurred a lot of lines here of the things that matter. And so I look at Miranda, I look at Mason, I look at you, and I'm like, hey, have we done it right? I don't know if we did it right every year. I think we balled into the cultural, we got to buy. And we got to make sure it's always about thankfulness. It's always about our relationship with Christ. If anything my mom and dad taught me, and I don't know if I taught you as well as they taught me, was that, to be thankful. It was a different era, simple times. I look back at pictures of Kim and I underneath the tree, and it was a very simple tree. It didn't come from Pinterest or Hallmark, and it had tacky, you remember, what was that gold stuffed garland that you would put around the tree, and Mom would have like simple manger ornaments. And we would look at that tree today and go, oh my, that's so dated, and look at that. But there were some simple things like reading Luke 2, that we didn't do that as much at our home because we knew we would do it at Papa and, at my parents' house.
I guess we got to do it this year since we're
and I think we do. It's like you do need to train up Livy and that generation. If not, it's going to get stale.
I think you taught us to be thankful. I mean, every time we sit down and eat any meal,
even if it's not Thanksgiving.
Even if it's not Thanksgiving, you go around and say, "Hey, Mason, what are you thankful for?" You go around and
yeah, I mean, I intentionally did that, and y'all made fun of me forever. Especially, I mean, Mason's wife Shelby does not love to talk in front of her. Houston he writes me paragraphs of if I take him to eat at Burger King, how grateful he is, which is amazing. But I used that verse of scripture this week, and I guess I want to live it. 1 Thessalonians 5, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will. How many people want to know God's will? They want that. In turn, they want to know, hey, what's the purpose for my life? Why am I here? Why am I existing? And if you don't watch it, I can easily get into dark places. I can easily think the glass is half full. Nobody make fun of me here, but that's somehow in my life, I wasn't always that way. And I think life brings scars and gets in the way, and things get complicated, and there's stress and there's pressure, and you just have to go back to what matters. And for us to rejoice for what God has done, rejoice as a family, to give thanks. We gave thanks even through our tears at Thanksgiving. We talked about Nana and talked about she's probably enjoying Thanksgiving with Papa in heaven, and they're eating Nana's cranberry sauce and Nana's pecan pie, and we would not wish her to come back here for anything. That is our hope. But even through tears, we were thankful. And it's just in all circumstances, give thanks.
Hey, there's another way to start. If you want to start making Christmas simple, bringing it back to you can start today, December 1st, read one chapter of the book of Luke in the Bible every evening for the next 24 days. And so you start today, make Christmas simple, bring it back to reading the whole Christmas story. Start tonight, just one chapter of Luke for 24 days.
If we can focus on that, that will make
that will change your Christmas around.
Just like in your message, you were saying, drive in the car. You know, it's so easy to lose our focus and our cars wanting to veer us off the road. And just like the culture wants us to, veer off the road. But if we keep our focus and on what God has for us, and it brings so much comfort in our lives.
It was funny when I
sure.
did that little illustration and I had everybody hold their steering wheel up and everybody looked dumb, but it was a good illustration because a bad alignment or focus, just like Miranda when she was 16. Remember, she would stay hugging her and I came to blows because she would stay hugging the inside yellow line. I'm like, Miranda, get it in the middle.
And she hit the mailbox with me in the car.
Yeah.
But it is true. So what are you expecting this Christmas, Mason? What are you expecting, Miranda? What are you expecting, honey? I mean, what am I expecting? If we walk into it with no expectations, I guess we're going to hit that every time. What are we expecting? It to be just another Christmas? Or is there something that internally I'm like, hey, God, I'm not guaranteed another Christmas? With your dad, we're not guaranteed another Christmas with family. We have only right now.
I want to soak up every moment. I want to take it in.
I agree. So what are you expecting this Christmas?
I don't know. Maybe what you always say is have a heart like a kid, just go into the Christmas season and
there's something to be said about childlike faith.
Yeah, look at even Luke, reading Luke 2, read it as maybe my first time reading it,
Hey, even going into Livy's Christmas program again to watch them reenact and at church here in a couple
the
weeks.
kids,
The kids
2
are
weeks
going
are
to
singing.
reenact.
One of my favorite services
They
of
can
the week.
teach us this year about.
I mean, she
joys
really
of
taught me
Christmas.
Saturday morning that, I didn't really want to play Play-Doh with her. She got up and I'm like, Livy, it's early and it wasn't too bad. But she's like, Papa, I want to play Play-Doh. And we had to get all that out. And we
Yeah, such a good time.
But it just really taught me a lot because the Christmas songs that she would sing and everyone, I was waiting for this one and sing it. And we were just playing and building the snowman. And I'm like, man, if I could just have that.
She teaches all the time. She draws pictures of Papa and she puts a heart and we're like, what's that? And she says, Papa, Jesus is in your heart. And she shows us, she teaches us every day that you're bringing it back to the childlike faith to Jesus.
She'll remember that forever.
She will preach about Jesus.
So the bottom line is, thanks for listening. And here's the take. Ready? Here's the go home, the think about. What are you choosing to be thankful for? If you don't choose it, you lose it. And we can lose the meaning of Christmas. We can use this season once again to just get through. I could feel it this week. Some people I just want to get through this season. And it's an obligation. And that's what I said. If you lose, I didn't really say it every message, and I think it was the best part of my message, but I just lost it. The greatest threat to Christmas is forgetfulness. Forgetting to be grateful. When you lose gratitude, Christmas becomes a burden instead of a blessing, a task instead of a treasure, and an obligation instead of an opportunity to worship. And you're like, I can see Mason now, Dad. That's churchy. It's awful preachy.
Very good.
But it's true. I don't know how to say it otherwise. That, you know what, I hope I taught you guys, and I think we have. We're so tight as a family. We spend a lot of time together. But just make sure you prioritize the right things. Simplify the best you can, especially this season, and something good
Makes a big difference.
can come from it in so many ways. Even as the seasons go on and we get older and life changes and seasons of loss, one day these guys are going to have to do Christmas without us. We won't be there, and then they'll make fun of us like crazy. Remember Papa? I can hear it now.
Me too.
He always told us we had to go around the table and be thankful
That'll be
for
Mason
something.
next. He makes fun of you. He'll be the one saying, hey, what you thankful for? What you thankful for?
Well, from our family to yours, and you'll get our Christmas card, and we've already taken our photo, and even the dogs look good in the photo. We love you. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I know a lot of people like this format. This is a really different day. I think this whole season will be a little different when it comes to the podcast. There's not a lot of just, hey, these are the bullet points, nuts and bolts. It's just going to be a little bit more of reflecting on things that matter and just trying to get us all to simplify. And that is, honestly, that's what I said this week. That is my job. In the world that we live in, Christmas will come and go. It's very blurry, complicated, lots of stuff going on, a lot of stress and pressure of the season. When we're at church, I want us to focus on simple things, just the simple things that matter, and hopefully that can change us from the inside out. So, final words, anything good to say? You good?
I'm good. Killed it.
Miranda, love you. Giovanna?
Excited for Christmas, for sure.
If I could just get Giovanna talking to you guys like she talks to me and all of us at home.
Maybe this is a good start.
Mom would win the world for Jesus. She seriously would. Thankful for you all. Love you. I know you know that. And thankful for our church, but thankful for God's word. I'm just, Luke 2 continues to amaze me. Then you think of the main point is the angel would come to the lowest of low, the shepherds, the humble people of this world who were waiting and who were watching for the good news. Let that be said of all of us. Be humble. We wait and we watch, and the good news is all around us when it comes to our relationship with Christ. Love you guys. Have a great week. Make sure you tune in next week. Watch the message. Be a part of the message. And then tune in next week. It's going to be a good Christmas season. Love you.